Partner cheated on vacation. Hello, all. Using a throwaway to describe my scenario to see if I can get some good advice at this time. My GF and I have been dating a couple of years and living with each other. I recently discovered she cheated on me. We had been going through a rough patch, but it was not caused by a bad event on either side. Furthermore, I felt that we were working through this weird spell and still managing to spend good time together, either at home or on a date night. Before the cheating event, my GF had told me she was going to hang out with a friend of the family on her side. Eventually, she manages to butt dial me, and I hear her sitting in a car speaking to another man. I thought maybe she was in danger. She had possibly done this so I could listen in and call 911. When I realized they were just sitting in her car, eating something, I just hung up. I felt gross listening to the conversation for even 5/10 seconds. It was innocent enough, but the scenario was so strange that it felt like I was intruding. I texted her immediately, just stating that I heard what she was doing and that I would speak to her when she got back. I want to be very clear that this woman has never given me a single worry in regards to being unfaithful. I also respect her very much. Even though I was livid, I could somehow see how something innocent with a friend of the opposite sex could look bad with poor communication. She explained that she was just getting dessert with a coworker from her old job, someone who I know of and have no problems with, and asked me, "What did you hear?" Although she apologized and was upset, this really pissed me off. It felt like she was gathering what I managed to catch her with so that it could be downplayed. Here is the real kicker. She finished hanging out with this coworker before heading home. She did not even head right back home. I would not personally be able to finish spending time with a friend in the same scenario, even if it was an innocent hangout, just due to the knots that would be in my stomach. She comes home, cries about the mistake. I am very understanding of the situation, considering our rough patch. Here is the main cheating event. About 2 weeks pass from the aforementioned issue, and she tells me that she is going on a road trip with a family member to see another family member in a nearby state. I have no idea who this out-of-state cousin is, and they live close to my hometown in this other state. Right away, I can tell I am not invited just when she is describing the trip. I just got the feeling to not even ask. Obviously, that hurt. Plus, I always like going to this area because it is close to where I'm from. I just get quiet and she asks why I am not saying anything. I knew my bad feelings about not being invited were just on my side, and I needed to rationalize those and deal with them in a positive way. However, I just felt like something was off, and I did not know where that feeling was coming from at the time. She goes on the trip, left Friday morning, comes back Sunday night. She never calls me once while there. She does give good communication with where she is, if she arrived, etc. I try to not really bother her or be overbearing, even though I feel like something is off. She tells me that she is taking pictures of the city with a disposable camera. Cool. She comes back from the trip, and now we enter into an even weirder spot in our relationship. I just feel like it is so strange being in the same area, and I feel like she's acting like a pet just died or something. We have no intimacy or physicality, even if I try or set the state. I ask multiple times, just what is wrong? What can I do? What can I change to be a better partner? It is sort of shrugged off as a way she is just feeling, which caused me even more anxiety because it felt intangible. Eventually, we have 2 separate heated moments where she expresses that I throw her issues under the bus and then that she hates living with me. Now, I believe that she very possibly had valid points in both discussions, but it felt like you could again tell that it was masking something else, like a big flash to distract from something else. I still focused on what she said and tried to improve on it, as it was the only tangible issue I had from her. One night after work, she comes home around 8:30. I am having a horrible dream. She sets her purse down and goes to shower. For some reason, I woke up and was staring right at the purse and could not stop myself from looking inside. I found the developed pictures of her trip using that camera she told me about. To my absolute horror, I see multiple pictures of her with another older than us. We are youngish. In one picture, she is kissing him on the cheek in a park. In another, it is a candid. Another two, she is in her robe hugging on this guy in the bathroom of a hotel room. None of them are explicit, but these are legit boyfriend GF pictures. I considered waiting until after the holiday to confront her, but this is now over a month old. I literally cannot stand at this point. I confront her when she comes out of the bathroom. At first, I tell her to give it up. I know what happened. I treat her with a lot of respect regarding the situation. I just want her to tell me herself and explain. I do not yell, cuss, threaten her. She refuses to tell me a single thing even when I hint enough to make it abundantly clear that we both know I saw the pictures. I have to ask her to take out the pictures in order for her to confess. We go through the whole confrontation, yada yada. What really enrages me is that she refuses to even tell me this guy's name, how he got to where they went, where she met him. She said she did not have sex with this man, which I do not believe for a second. She says she does not see why answering my questions would help. I am not asking her questions she already answered, and I am not asking gotcha questions, just basic info regarding what the heck happened. Who is this? She just refuses to answer. She says there are no texts or messages between them, so there's also nothing to see. I am starting something at the beginning of the year that is very high stress. She says that this was a mistake, but it was a multiple hour-long drive to this place, multiple days. She states there was a legit trip, but this also happened. I have not seen a single picture of her with either of her family members there. I believe she has been a quality partner outside of this and deserves a second chance. No one is perfect. I still am just so bothered by her lack of sharing information even after she's caught. Her credibility is already gone, has no legs to stand on, and refuses to answer my reasonable questions. Should I ask her to leave and stay with family? Will this just cause a further divide? I am welcome to any comments. Let's see comments. Stories like this are tough since it seems like you want to reconcile. You should take some time to focus your thoughts. She clearly lied and is continuing to lie. You know he was the reason for the trip. You've seen the evidence. She's showing you she cares more about him than you. She doesn't want you to get his info and blow up his life or marriage. She's already betraying your relationship, and that's before the legal entanglements of marriage. If you sweep this under the rug and end up marrying her, then you can't be surprised when it happens again. Grow a spine. Have some self-respect. She has no respect for you whatsoever, and you staying with her only confirms to her you are worthless. Doing the pick me dance, it just makes you look weaker and weaker. Go get yourself an STD test. Realize you deserve better. I don't care how attractive on the outside she may be. On the inside, this girl is a succubus, sucking out your dignity and self-esteem and sucking out the other man's goop. Do you think you deserve that? I'm sorry nobody responded to this. Don't give her a second chance. She doesn't respect you and is not even emotionally mature enough to be honest after you catch her red-handed. She cares only about herself, not you. It will be nothing but hurt and stress if you stay with her. She'll keep hurting you over and over. Even if she didn't have sex with him, she crossed many lines many times. If she cared about you, she would not have done any of these things. Girlfriend, that is all she is, and you are entertaining trying to stay with her. What does she crap gold nuggets every day that you collect? There is no other reason for you to stay. Kick her out and let her go be with her sugar daddy. Good if you could get his name and inform his wife and send the picture of them to his wife, wouldn't it? It always shocks me when people are faced with the obvious evidence of infidelity and still want to give that person a second chance. Please step away from the situation and try to see it as if you best friend was being cheated on. Would you say that best bud to, yeah, go ahead and give her another chance? She orchestrated an entire vacation away from you, comes back with pictures of her in a hotel, in a bathrobe, in a hotel room. I'm glad you don't believe for a minute that there was no sex, but ask yourself, do you really want to swap bodily fluids with someone who so casually throws her body at other men? I could not get past the mental image of what they probably did, and then you are supposed to possibly hop into bed with her? I'd be disgusted. Cut her loose. Do better for yourself. Let's see another story. My 21 male fiance, 21 male, went on a girls' camping trip. I found out guys were there too, and I saw a text that said, well, at least you got bachelorette party out of the way. Edit. People asking for an update. There really isn't one. It's Wednesday morning and I haven't heard from her. She hasn't been here for her work clothes, and her parents don't know, or aren't saying, where she is. They said they aren't worried though, so I assume she's safe. I'm just trying to deal and figure out what next step is. We were supposed to do a meeting with caterer today, so I guess I'll go to meeting and seeing if she or parents show up. That will tell me a lot. Fiance and I have wedding planned for about a month from today. This past weekend, she went on what was supposed to be a girls-only camping trip to a lake. She was completely out of touch from Friday afternoon to Sunday evening. I was okay with this because she said she really needed the break. When she got home, she didn't even say hello and just started laundry, which I thought was a little sus. But she said it was because all her stuff was dirty, which I guess made sense. As Sunday night went on, she kind of kept slipping that there had been guys there. At first, it was just her friend's boyfriend, but it turns out the guys actually outnumbered the girls. I accused her of tickle-truthing me, and she said I was being a dick. As we were fighting, a text came on her phone, and I swear it said, at least you got the bachelorette party out of the way. It was from JJ, and I can't for the life of me think who that is, nor do I have any context about the conversation as a whole. She says the text didn't say anything like that, and accused me of spying on her. I said it's not spying if her phone was on the couch between us, and the message was on her lock screen. She got furious and left, and I haven't heard from her for 2 days. She turned off Find My Friend, so I have no idea where she is. What the bell do I do here? I mean, I know what my instincts tell me, but instincts aren't always right. Let's see comments. So I'm not really sure the advice you want here because you already know. She trickled-truthed you, and you know where that phrase originated from and the type of people that use it. Cheater, red flag 1. When called on it, instead of having any kind of legitimate answer, she turned it around to calling you a dick. Cheater, red flag 2. She immediately washed all of her clothes. Cheater, red flag 3. She gets a text from someone you don't know referencing a bachelorette party happening early. On a trip with men who you don't know, that she lied about. Why? Probably for the same reason women who lie about their bachelorette parties lie about them. And it's not because they were chaste events. Cheater, red flag 4. When called on something suspicious, she yet again has no response other than to try and gaslight you and turn the situation on you, the now spying, paranoid, controlling fiance. Instead of, showing you the message and proving that you were wrong. Why didn't she? You know why. Cheater, red flag 5. And finally, instead of in any way acknowledging that, yeah, I can see how you would be suspicious, since I guarantee she would be if the situation was flipped, she left. For days, without contact. Can you think of a non-suspicious reason for that? Because I can't. Cheater, red flag 6. So here's my actual advice. Pack her stuff up now. Tell her you're done because she couldn't be bothered to acknowledge her actions or be honest to you, and that's not a foundation for marriage. Tell her when to pick up her stuff, and then block her in every single shared contact you have, so that when she and they try to peddle the lies they've spent the last few days trying to come up with. You don't have to hear them. You know what happened. She knows you know. And she can't think of a way to make it okay, so she's trickle truthing and gaslighting you. You see it, so don't accept it. You're 21. Get out before you find out the kid isn't yours, and you have to give her half your stuff and pay the child support. You have your instincts. Trust your gut. And remember, a canceled, postponed wedding is way cheaper and heartrending than a divorce. So, get a message to her that her actions have put the relationship in jeopardy, and if she refuses to meet in person and be open and communicative, the wedding is postponed until she does. As well, people get the angriest when caught in a lie or misdeed. LOL. That's not the behavior of an innocent person. That's the behavior of someone who messed up big time, and now they're desperately projecting, gaslighting, manipulating, turning the anger around on you, etc., to distract you from what's in the other hand. And I'm guessing what's in the other hand is a schlong, and it doesn't belong to you. Time to force the truth or dump her ash.